Hello everybody, my name is Bob Ross, and welcome back to Painting with the Dinosaurs. Today, we're going to go ahead and try to paint a nice little scene in a forest. So, why don't you guys follow along, go ahead and pick up your nearest canvas, pull out your nearest paintbrush, and just start painting. Now to begin this drawing, we want to start with multiple blue waves. Now these waves look slightly like worms. This represents the sky in this picture, so please follow along and make sure that you're using your best canvas. Sheepskin is my preferred choice. You're welcome to use whatever you like, although I would definitely stay away from the turtle skin as that can be slightly rough surfaces. Once you have approximately this many happy waves, we're going to switch over to a slate color. And this slate color is great for creating mountainous landscapes. So as you can see, all you need to do is draw two giant fangs like that, and those are your mountains. Add a little another fang underneath, and it turns into a snow-capped mountain. Up next, pull out that cantaloupe color. Make sure you ate the rest of the cantaloupe too, because those are great food. Make yourself a nice little round egg in the sky. Now this happy little fella right here is going to be a giant sun that looks over our beautiful landscape. Now make sure you're careful. I painted on the wood. You don't want to do that. Alright, we're going to scroll on over here, pull out a little bit of purple. And this purple is not a very natural color. You don't see it in nature very often, but it's a happy color. And as Bob Ross, we gotta make some happy little flowers. So we're just gonna go ahead and put some little flowers here and there. That one might be a little bit big. That one kind of doesn't even look like a flower. And we're just gonna put some flowers all around. So as you can see, we have some beautiful daisies. And remember guys, it's not too bad. It's not a bad thing to get creative. You're allowed to use, instead of purple, you can use a slightly off purple. But that's about as far as I'd go as far as changing from what I'm doing here. Now, we have the basic background taken care of. We need to take care of course, the dodo. And as far as I'm concerned, this dodo will be colored cyan. And so we're going to take a little circle right here, a nice little happy circle. Remember how we made that sun, add 4 legs to it, and a nice little dodo head. And there is our dodo. Now, you might not be able to tell it's a dodo by first looking at it, and that's okay. We're all at different levels of art. Up next, we're going to go ahead and draw our Giga, because this is the thing that's going to be attacking the dodo. But in reality, he's just being friendly. We're going to give him a nice head, and then a big body because he's a big dinosaur. Now, remember, it's open to interpretation, so this might look a little abstract to you. This drawing might seem a little bit weird. Some arms there. I guess he's got a very fat butt. I'm not sure what's going on there. Some fangs. And I don't know, what do Gigas have? Spikes going down their back. So he's a very happy dinosaur. He's going to eat him up. He's going to be destroying him. Actually, looks like he's going in for a hug. Nice little friendly Giga right there. I think I might have gave him too many feet. So, guys, I want you to send me your best Giga eating a dodo drawing made in Arc, and we're going to compare them. We're going to see how good yours looks. So, alright guys, I have no idea what that was, but welcome back to Ark Survival Evolved. This base is looking insane right now, and I just want to be honest with you, I have not been able to play this game that much over the past few days. I've been just super exhausted after work. Like, it's just really stepped up from my last internship, and I'm expected to do a lot of things that I really am not very familiar with, and so I'm working long hours, and I'm just doing really difficult tasks that most interns wouldn't do. And so it's exhausting, and I guess I'm really thankful to be with this tribe who've been doing so much work. And on the flip side of that, I really don't understand how this is even possible to build a base like this in such a short amount of time. I mean, I guess we have high rates, but like, this has got to be one of the coolest looking bases I've ever seen in all the time I've ever played Ark. Like, look at that. I think it's going to have something like 400 turrets once it's finished. How the heck are you going to raid something like this? Like, I literally have no idea how I would ever raid this, and I hope that people just decide to raid us when I'm here. That way we can test this sucker out. We're going to do my best not to show the inside. I may have already shown it a few times here or there, but it's going to make it a little bit better for us. And then this Sunday, I do want to say this Sunday, I'm going to try to do like another AMA video. So if you have like a question for me or like a frequently asked question, I'm going to just kind of hit some of those questions right on the head. I'm going to maybe throw in how to join my servers, because I've seen a lot of people ask that, and just kind of knock out a bunch of questions people ask me. So anyway, welcome back guys. Hope you're all doing good, having a nice fun day. So since we started this video off as Bob Ross, I realized in all the time I played this game, I have never once made a video of painting anything. Now, that might seem pretty boring to you. You might think, yo, that's boring. I don't want to watch you paint stuff. And you might be right. I've never done it, so it could be boring. But we're going to go around and we're going to paint each and every one of these all green around the entire base. There's about 150 of them. So I think if we keep going at this rate, we might be able to knock them all out in the next hour. So it should be a long video. Okay, it took me a while to actually think of an idea for this video. I was like, what can I do? This base is like so well secured right now. I'm not sure what's going to happen. And I'm thinking that I'm probably going to open this server up to the public this time. And I'm going to see what your guys' reaction is. I know a lot of you won't want that, but we're hanging around like 20 to 40 people right now. It hasn't been full since this wipe has happened. And I really want to have a lot of people here that we can start raiding that aren't going to be mad because they're subs or whatever. Just don't like raiding subs. It feels weird. And so I'm looking at this base. I'm trying to figure out how can I defend this base? What can be a project I can take on? And I finally thought of an idea, and this takes us way back to like one of my favorite seasons ever, actually, where we had an insane base on the corner, kind of like this. I think it was even on the center. Actually, I think it might have even been like located somewhere around this area. Anyway, here's what we have. Let me explain this base design to you guys. I think you understand our base is in a corner, which means the only way they can come from land with like a Titanosaur or with Rexes, Gigas, Brontos is from this side. Excuse me, this side right here, or maybe it's like this side. But there's only one direction they can come from because we're on a peninsula. And so what that means is all we have to do is defend this side against land dinos. We don't have to even worry about it on the other side. And this brings me back to my old video, because what I did is I took these I didn't take behemoth gates, I took small stone gates, and I lined them across the entire thing, and I wanted to put gigas in there on wandering and on aggressive. And then if we closed off the sides too, we might be able to actually do that this time. And then if someone tries to come raid us, which hopefully someone does while I'm here, that's what I keep thinking about opening it up to public for. If that happens, we'll be able to have gigas on roaming, and they're not going to expect it, especially if they're public people and not subscribers, because if you're you're going to see the inside of my base. Okay, sorry, I had to cut it out because I don't want to quite show you the inside of my base, because I learned my lesson the last time I did that, because you guys always wipe me when I do it, because you guys like to do that. So here's the plan. I think instead of using gates this time, I maybe want to try fences. I'm just going to put a few down and see how it looks, and I also need to make sure I have plenty of room here to do this. Going to have to also mark the sides. The reason I'm doing fences is because if I put metal walls all the way around here, it'll be pretty easy to replenish it. You just run back, put a wall down, and metal walls take like a decent amount of rockets to get through, so it's not like it's going to be super easy to break. I think after I put the metal walls up, I'd also like to do a layer of Plant X and then a layer of metal gates. So that is the tentative plan here. Okay, after thinking about it, I'm going to do these fence foundations on the inside and then metal behemoth gates on the outside, as long as I can get these to snap correctly here. The reason for that is because when people destroy the metal behemoth gate, they will then have to destroy these without... Oh, that did not click very well. Where's my S+ foundations? They will not have to destroy the giant gate, and it won't hurt this from the splash damage. If I put these in front, the splash damage would be taking out the fences and the gates, so that's not what we want to have here. So this is just a little test. Not going to completely finish it tonight, I don't think, but I might be able to get this taken care of in the next few days. Like I said, oh geez, that's so annoying. Maybe we'll just have a couple stick out randomly. Oh my goodness. Maybe in the next few days I'll be able to play more, but what is that? That's like 8 right there. So a nice wall like that, and then we put giant gates behind it. So I think that's going to look pretty decent. Of course, we're going to paint it a lot like Bob Ross. But anyway, like I'm saying, I hope I can play more in the next few days, but like, I'm going to be traveling again this weekend. I'm going to have to pre-record for the weekend like always. And it's just been super, super busy. Okay, back with the metal walls. I just want to put a few of them down to see how exactly this is going to look. Oh, what? Metal walls obstructed. Oh, man, what? But didn't it snap there? All right, this is why I need S+ back. Oh, my goodness. That's just going to be so annoying to go fix later. Looks like the rest of these did snap properly. It was just that first one I missed. So, I don't know if that's high enough for a Giga to not walk over. Maybe a Rex might be smarter. But it should be enough to stop at least a small dino like a Carno. And so keep this going. I'm thinking all the way down to roughly maybe like right here, and have this whole area be like roaming aggressive dinos, whatever they be, Carno, Rex, Giga, something like that. Then we'll have traps all throughout it, like bear traps, narcotic tracks, stuff like that. And then we'll have Plant X all over the place, like on pillars, like all over. I have like a cool vision in my mind. So hopefully I can get enough time to get this taken care of. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. This really struggles to snap very well, doesn't it? Alright, so this is the beginning of it. It's going to be taking like a more professional start in the future, but this is going to come all the way down. This is about as far as I want to go. All the way across to the other side of this is going to take a ton of metal, and maybe I'll just make the side walls, and the middle will be metal gates. Might be a good idea. It's going to go all the way across, all the way back to the side, and we're going to turn this whole thing with like the wooden spikes hopefully into metal behemoth gates at some point, and then it's going to be really well secured, and I think even with the Titanosaur, it might be difficult to get in. So I'm going to actually whip up a couple traps real quick, go back out there, place some down, just try to get a rough draft idea of what I'm going to make. So last time I did this, one of the biggest problems was people were able to just run right through the walls because they would like suicide bomb themselves, like they loaded themselves with C4. And so maybe what I can do Let's have a row of bear traps on the backside. So once they break through the first gate, they have to then avoid bear traps, and then past the bear traps, we do like narcotic wires, and kind of like just make this like a mega secured wall all the way across. And this first wall right here is just kind of like a draft wall or a reference, so my tribe can use it to figure out how I'm trying to build it. Sorry if my voice sounds weird. I keep like having to look down to see where my button is here, and it might be smart to double layer these, because although they are close together, I think if you're slightly careful, you'll be able to walk through these pretty easily. 6 more left to place. So I'm pretty happy with this idea right now. And I'm hoping that once I get this taken care of, we can get, so it's going to be like gate, wall, trap, bear traps, then it's going to be narcotic traps, then it's going to be Plan X and turret towers. And then, of course, on the very inside, they're going to have the roaming dino. So it's going to be like literally like just a death pit of like doom and destruction and going to totally murder people. So I'm pretty happy with that. Now, maybe rockets would destroy these pretty easily. One thing I need to keep in mind. So a turret tower or a couple turrets around here is a must. But thanks to my bulk crafting mod, there's actually a thing called crystal, bulk wireless crystal. And if you didn't know, what you can do with this crystal is you can place this crystal near turrets, and then it actually acts as a generator if you have the main crystal thing. So here's an example. We have a crystal here, and it powers the turrets back there. So you can just have them all over the place. So what we can do with the bulk crystal mod is make like literally just a row of turrets with like no generator anywhere nearby. All we need is the crystals. So we can actually like make this like 6 or 7 just perfect layers deep. It's going to take so many resources, and I don't even know if I'll have enough time for a project like this. But I think that's a really cool idea, and that's kind of the plan right now. So hopefully I get that taken care of. Now, should I try to kill this mammoth with a sword? Nope. Not gonna do that. While we're standing on this beautifully crafted little dinosaur house right here, I just want to thank you guys for all of the support you've been giving me over these past few days, and I want to especially thank my patrons. I know that I have not been super active on Patreon lately. I just kind of let it slide under my radar, honestly, and there's no excuse for that. And so I'm going to be stepping up my my interactivity with Patreon. I'm going to be talking to you guys more. I'm going to be asking for your input more. I'm going to be making that a much bigger part of my life. And so I want to thank all of you guys that have been supporting me. And I want to say to those people that have been donating on Patreon, or just donating in general, you guys have helped me buy a couple upgrades for my computer. And if you're curious and looking, I have gotten a brand new mic stand that's now much better at holding my mic and move way easier. Sorry, I might have bumped that a little bit. And I'm currently saving up to buy a couple new pieces of recording equipment, possibly a new camera, and this is all thanks to the patrons. So you guys are actually really making a big difference for me right now. I cannot thank you enough for actually putting your money where your mouth is and like really supporting me. It is unbelievable. I also want to say thank you to everyone out there who just watches daily. That's all I want. It just means the world to me to have people that make me part of their daily ritual, and I am so thankful. I just wanted to share that today because I was thinking about it at work, and I was like, man, this is wild. I just can't believe it. So I just want to say thanks, guys. I love you, and I'll see you all tomorrow.